Welcome to Slimefoot, the Spore Cloud. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. It's good. We've got a ramp in the hand, we've got a board wipe, we've got 2 lands, a little bit of reduced cost for Slimefoot. We also have Grim Tutors, that's going to keep us online for whatever we want to grab. And we also have Spore Swarm. Get a few more spores onto the battlefield, I'll take it. Alright, and we are playing against Daretti, Scrap Savant. Let's go ahead and go for draw to Hero's Downfall. Oh yeah, I'll take that against Daretti. Let's go ahead and get down, I guess, Woodland Cemetery. We have nothing for 1. It's not really going to matter. Get that down. It's coming to play tap, then we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing Slimefoot, the Stowaway. Whenever whenever a sapling you control dies, Slimefoot deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Then for 4 mana activation, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Opponent's going to get down the Wellspring and draw an additional card off that. We're playing against Daretti, Scrap Savant. +2, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. -2, sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return an artifact card from the graveyard to the battlefield. Let's go and get down Forest. Let's go for 3 visits. Let's go and grab Bayou off of that one. We need to make sure that, or actually, we're just going to grab, not Stomping Grounds, Overgrown Tomb. And this, yeah, nothing for 1. So we're just going to have that come into play to, not going to pay 2 life and we'll pass turn to our opponent. -2, sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then for -10 activation, you get an emblem whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield. Return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. And also, if you were keeping score at home or you weren't sure, Daretti can be your commander. As you can see, he's in the commander box. All right. Drawn to Tender Shoot Dryad. At this point right now, if we're playing against Daretti, we've got Hero's Downfall to stop Daretti. I really like tutoring for Phyrexian Arena. That kind of does chew our turn up. Hopefully we hit a land drop next turn. But I like it. You know, even if they do get some sort of creature build going, that's fine. It's going to be really hard for Red to be dealing with Phyrexian Arena with enchantment. So, you know, it kind of puts them on Chaos Warp or something like that. And at least it's going to allow us to get a little bit ahead on our opponent getting a little bit of card advantage with that +2 activation from Daretti. All right, opponent's going to pass it, or we're going to kick the turn over our opponent. Now, they do have Adventurous Fair on the battlefield, so they're going to be able to gain a life if they have 3 more artifacts, which they do. Darksteel Citadel, Steel Overseer, and then that Wellspring. They're going to send a land back to the hand. I absolutely love these the inventions from Kaladesh. They look so good. They really hit that special frame out of the park. All right, drawn to Forest. Let's go and get Forest down. And I'll kind of talk about that here in a second, since we got a little bit of setting up to do. Get down Phyrexian Arena, and we'll tap out for 1 more, and then we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. But yeah, so, you know, they have the invocations from Amonkhet, which I didn't mind. You know, like, flavor-wise, it was on point. It was really cool. And the frame was just so distracting, and the font was so distracting. But I feel like the inventions were like, that was really peak, like, special cards and man. Like, I hope they don't stop just doing that because, like, the invocations received such a bad initial welcoming whenever they released it. But just because it just looks so, like, you look at Steel Overseer, you look at this frame, and it's really not that far departed from a normal Magic frame. It still has that, you know, it has a bronze color to it, but it still looks like a Magic card. And I think that was one of the shocking things about the invocations from Amonkhet, is that they just looked like not a Magic card, which is kind of weird. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Let's go to get down Hissing Quagmire. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go for Hissing Quagmire. Do we want to go for Daretti activation? It's going to be another +2. We'll be online next turn for Tainted Wood. Yeah, let's go to get down Slimefoot. I like that. We can get down Slimefoot. We get those Heartstones down. Not those Heartstone. Get down Heartstone and start going for a few reduced costs of those activations. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Now, with Toxic Deluge on the battlefield, if we could somehow find our way into something like Blood Artist or Falconwrath Noble, let's go and exile. I guess we're getting rid of 3 visits at this point right now. I don't really think. Yeah, I don't think I have Eternal Witness. I need to actually put Eternal Witness in here, but I don't think I have it in here. So any sort of bringing something back out of the graveyard, we're just kind of stuck with what we got going on at this particular point. But yeah, we have Hero's Downfall for next turn, so we're definitely going to go and take care of that with Daretti, because it will be plus up to a 7. They did get down Temple of the False God, so they can recast it if they want to. But at least we're going to at least kind of set Daretti back. Opponent's going to get down Golem Foundry. Artifact spell, put a charge counter on it, create a 3/3 Golem artifact creature. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, discard a couple cards and draw that many cards. The opponent's going to get down Mox Opal. Fun fact, Daretti, whenever they release the Planeswalker decks, I wanted to buy a At that point, because I normally don't buy paper magic, but I wanted to buy a deck, and so I bought the Daretti. So it's kind of one of the first times I bought like a primarily mono red deck. Let's go ahead and get down. We still have Bayou in the deck. Let's go ahead and get down Polluted Delta. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Hero's Downfall. Still give us 3 more mana. Yeah, I like going for some card advantage. That sounds really good. Let's go for Dark Tutelage. Our converted mana cost on this deck's not too bad. We can make this work. Great acidity cost. Look at my icon over there. This is why we're gonna go for this play. All right, we're gonna get down Bayou. We're gonna go for Dark Tutelage. Whatever we go. 1, 2, 3. Get down Dark Tutelage. So we have all the card draw, and then we still have Hero's Downfall to go for Daretti. So I like that. All right. Then we're going to go and pass turn our opponent. We'll still just simply go for Hero's Downfall and Daretti right now. It's no difference than us going during our upkeep or whatever. So just in case that I don't think there's an artifact that they can search up and flash in and do something. But either way, we'll just send it back to the command zone at this point. And then anything else, we're going to go pass turn to our opponent. All right. Now, we do have Dark Tutelage down and Phyrexian Arena. The converted mana cost of this deck does top out at 6, and that's 1 converted mana cost at 6. That's going to be a Morbid Bloom. Outside of that, we're looking at 5, 4, 3, just your normal distribution on that stuff. So I'm going to get rid of Polluted Delta. So not too bad getting down Dark Tutelage. Just like I've run Dark Confidant before in the Church of Athreos with like Razaketh and stuff in there. That's a little nerve-wracking. That's a little I'm trying to, what word am I thinking about? Being a little too aggressive on this one, but I don't mind going for Dark Tutelage. That's fine. They're going to get the activations on Daretti. And this is one of those games where if we get down Phyrexian Arena and Dark Tutelage, in my book, we've already won because we have some insane card draw. Now, we can get down Omnixilis to really get some good card draw going too. Destroy target permanent. So they will be online to go for that activation. And then, like I said, if they get all these golems down with the Golem Foundry and then Steel Overseer, we do get into spots where we need to take care of it a little bit quicker than possible with Toxic Deluge so we don't lose too much life, especially them swinging in as a 4/4. But if we can rip into a board wipe or something, that would definitely be good without having to pay that life. All right, let's see how we trigger them. Let's get Dark Tutelage. Hopefully it's not Morbid Bloom. So come to Temptation, okay, and then Costly Plunder, and then we there we go. Whiff on the Morbid Bloom. I'll take that. Let's go to get down Tainted Wood. Do we want to go for a quick reset on this one? It's going to be paying a couple life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're still sitting at 7 mana, so unfortunately we can't go for Tender Shoot and get down Toxic Deluge. Let's do this. So let's go and go for, before they get a few more activations. Let's do this. So let's go and go for Costly Plunder to draw a few more cards on Slimefoot, because we're going to send it back to the command zone anyway. It's going to be black and then colorless. Sacrifice Slimefoot. It's going to send it back to the command zone, and we'll still be able to go for Toxic Deluge. We're going to draw 2 more cards, and then we'll be able to get down, there we go, Keen Sense and Lightning Greaves. Oh, wonderful. Let's get down Lightning Greaves. We can get the Keen Sense on Slimefoot next turn and get down the Lightning Greaves, and then we'll go for Toxic Deluge to go for a nice board reset. All right, there we go. Toxic. Then we're going to pay 4. Yeah, that should be correct. Pay 4 on that one. I don't think there's anything else we have to watch out for them going for an activation. So we'll go for 4, and then anything else we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Now, we are sitting down at 12, so hopefully we don't. Listen, they banned Sylvan Library and Ancient Tomb, so I've got to make these videos nerve-wracking for the viewer somehow by getting our life total down really low and see if we can't win. Now, one thing that would definitely be good, we've got a lot of card draws. We need to get some sort of, we need Blood Artist and Falcon Rat to kind of show up. That'll really help us get down Sapling, get down Slimefoot, get those saplings going. Another really good card for the deck is actually just casting a lot of our sapling spells, getting those down and then using Slimefoot. Now, it does kind of put us in a spot where we need to get down Slimefoot and then somehow maybe rip into Tainted Strike if we have another tutor. Illusioner's Bracers, and then Forest, okay. And then we draw into Sprout Swarm. Let's go ahead and get Forest down. Let's go ahead and go for Slimefoot the Stowaway. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Let's go ahead and go for Keen Sense. Now, and also, once we get these saplings going, we're going to be gaining a little bit of life. So that's going to allow us to kind of get away from that just a little bit. Let's go ahead and put Lightning Greaves on there. Yeah, do we want to swing in? I'm afraid of something coming from our opponent. I guess technically we don't have to worry about anything. We can sling with Slimefoot. Not really any tricks over there, and it does have protection. Let's do this. Let's go and push in with Slimefoot at Daretti. At least we're going to keep it in check just a little bit. Make sure we're not seeing any sort of artifact creature. Let's go and do that. Let's go and push in at Daretti. It's going to be 2 coming across. And then once we get those saplings going, we'll get a little bit of life total. It'll kind of save us just a little bit. Okay, swinging in for 2 is going to knock Daretti down to 5, and then I guess we'll just go and go for Illusioner's Bracers. There's nothing else for 2. Yeah, I like that. And then next turn we can go for Sprout Swarm and start kind of going from there. That does put us online for needing to get a sack outlet though, so we need to find a sack outlet to really take advantage of that one. But we'll go and pass turn to our opponent. Hopefully, like I said, we've already got Morbid Bloom out of the way. That was pretty close on that one. And then there's, let me see, there's, if you're a math person at home and you keep score of it, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, we have 8 5 drops, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 4 drops. So we've got 17 cards that are at least 4 or 5 left in the deck, and then a heavy distribution of 2. So let's see what it's going to be in store from us. All right, opponent's going to get down Aetherflux Reservoir, Sapling Symbiosis. Ooh, that was pretty brutal. And then Fungal Sprouting. All right, then we draw into Necrogenesis. Okay, I don't think we're going to go for Succumb to Temptation. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and... Alright, draw a card. We don't want to destroy a creature. I guess we could technically Obnixilis to draw a card and gain a little bit of life. Maybe we can find a sack outlet that way. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then go for that. We're looking at a 2, 3. Necrogenesis on some of those creatures out there to get a few saplings onto the battlefield. Let's do this. So let's go ahead. We want to get as many tokens onto the battlefield. That way, if we do rip into a sack outlet next turn, we can really take advantage of it. Let's go for Sprout Swarm. Yeah, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get 3 sapling tokens. And then let's go ahead and go for Symbiosis for each creature that we control. Yeah, we'll go and cast it. That way, if we do rip into a sack outlet next turn, we'll be in a good spot. All right, there we go. It's going to be 5 more 7 saplings on the battlefield. If they get some sort of board wipe, that's going to give us an additional, a little bit of an insurance policy. And let's go, once again, let's go and swing in at Daretti. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Remove 3 charge counters. Okay, we're going to swing in at Daretti, and then we're going to keep our fingers crossed that we're good off this Dark Tutelage next turn. I'm trying to figure out if there's any way. I think next turn we need to put the Dark Tutelage trigger on the stack first, and then we'll go for Phyrexian Arena to get that card draw going. We have to discard cards down to hand size. Well, at this point, let's go ahead and get rid of Succumb to Temptation. I can't really see us going for that that quick. I'd actually thought about going for that this turn, but I was like, no, we don't need to do that. All right, so we've got the 7 saplings on the battlefield. If we rip into that sack outlet, that's going to be great. We can start working through those sapling tokens. That's going to be 7 life up top that we can at least kind of gain and give us a little bit of protection from that, from our opponent. All right, opponent's going to go for Solemn Simulacrum. Gain 1 life for each spell that you cast this turn. They're going to go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent. I don't think they... Let's see if they're going to go for the Daretti extra. All right, let's go ahead and get Dark Tutelage on the stack first. Let's go for that Phyrexian Arena. Drawn to Command Tower. Diabolic Intent. Okay, there we go. That's exactly what we needed. Look, oh, how lucky was that? Let's go to get Command Tower down. And let's go ahead and go for Diabolic Intent. Oh, man. That was just wonderful. Let's go and sacrifice one of the sapling tokens. Let's go and grab a sack outlet. I'll take that. I love it. Greatest city to cost on that one. All right, we're going to go for Slimefoot. We're going to gain the life, draw an additional card. At this point, yes, we're going to use that ability. We just need... Oh, I was going to tutor up Viscera Seer, but we got Viscera Seer. Let's go ahead and grab Tainted Strike. That way, it kind of makes it a little bit easier. Now, can we one-shot our opponent at this point right now? This is going to be 6 sapling tokens. Let's go ahead and get down Viscera Seer. I think we can. Let's do this. We go for Illusioner's Bracers. Let's go for click cancels, shift the Lightning Greaves over onto Sapling Token. Let's go for Illusioner's Bracers on Slimefoot. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then let's go and go for Tainted Strike because it's going to copy the... No, it's going to be an activated ability. Okay, never mind. So we don't want to go for Tainted Strike at this point. Let's go and shift Lightning Greaves back over onto Slimefoot. And then we'll go and get down Viscera Seer off 1 green mana, 1 red mana, 1 black mana. Get that down, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Yeah, that still puts us on the line for Sprout Swarm if we want to go for that. And we can still work our way down the board with those sapling tokens, but at this point right now, we want to make sure that we can get as many sapling tokens on the battlefield as possible. Anything else? No, we're going to pass the turn to our opponent. Now, next turn, X is the greatest power. We're going to get rid of Heartstone at this point. Get rid of that, and then get rid of 1 more card. We'll simply just go and get rid of Genesis. Yeah, that's fine. So with Sprout Swarm, it's going to have Convoke, so we can buy it back for 3. So we're looking at 5 mana. So we're at least looking at tapping out for 1 more, get 2 more creatures down, and then once we get, that's going to put us at 8. And then once we go for Fungal Sprouting next turn, with us having a 2/3 on Slimefoot, we'll be in a good spot to go from there. Another thing that we could do is simply just go for a couple activations off Slimefoot to get those creatures going, but we're going to be okay on that one. Our opponent said, "Oh, so lucky." Yes, very lucky. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of those. You know, sometimes I've done this before. I'm playing against John. Our opponent is like rolling double Dark Confidant. They're looking good, and I'm just kind of like, man, if I just get into this holding pattern to where we just kind of just pass the turn to them, they might lose to their Dark Confidant triggers. And I can't remember which game I was recording, but I think I was recording a Zombies game. That's what it is, Zombies for Modern or something like that. But I just remember thinking, man, if we just don't die to combat damage or lightning bolt, we've got this. And I think they flipped, they were at 4 life and they flipped an Olivia off their Dark Confidant trigger, which felt really, really good. I really like that. All right, opponent's going to go for Inventor's Fair. They're going to search your library for an artifact, reveal it, put it in their hand, see if they're going to search up on this one. All right, our opponent's going to search up a Chroma's Memorial. Creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, protection from haste, and protection from black and red. So let's see if they're going to get that down. It's going to be another Aether Flux Reservoir activation, and then another creature off that. All right. We're going to cross that off and cross that mountain since that is on the stack. And then they are looking at 3, so they can get a Golem creature onto the battlefield. Now, they will be able to swing in on this one, so we're looking at, and that does give them flying, is that correct? Yes, all right. Create the colorless Golem. That's going to be 5 coming across. Now, that will put us in a spot where we're going to have to start sacrificing some of these sapling tokens. Well, let's go ahead and go for a few activations. All right, no swinging from our opponent. That might have either been a misclick or they just want to leave them up there. If that's the case, let's go ahead and go for Sprout Swarm. Let's go ahead and cast with buyback. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then tap out for 1, 2. And we'll get 1 more sapling onto the battlefield, and then we'll be able to tap out for tap the Woodland Cemetery down and get a few more going too, with our opponent being completely tapped out. There we go. Let's go for another Sprout Swarm with buyback. Oh, it's so good in this deck. I love it. All right. That's going to be 1 more sapling token, and then we buy back into that. All right. So we're going to have the Phyrexian Arena card draw trigger. Let's go and do this. Let's go for Dark Tutelage on the stack, Phyrexian Arena. That's going to be 8. We can buy back a few more creatures if we need to. Let's see if there's any certain way we need to sequence this one. Because we need to leave up Tainted. We only need 1 mana for Tainted Strike, so we're okay. Let's go for Sprout Swarm, just to get a few more creatures going. That's going to be 1. Cast with buyback. Get another sapling onto the battlefield. That's going to put us there. Let's go for another buyback. That's going to be 8, 9, 10. Let's go with another buyback. 1, 2. I'm going to tap out on Slimefoot. Okay, so we're going to lose a card, draw a card, lose a life. Let's go ahead and sacrifice. Since we did hit the 1/6 drop on our deck, we can start sacrificing some of these sapling tokens. All right, we just basically need to get our life total to 6. That's the key part. We're going to draw an additional card off Keen Sense. It'll be Blooming Marsh, Scry 1. And actually with the Scry, we can make sure we set up our drop. Oh yeah, let's go and put that on the bottom for right now. Let's go and sacrifice another sapling token. That's going to be 1 more damage. If the Scry is simply a land, then that's going to allow us to go for Tainted Strike. So there we go. Get that Slimefoot trigger going. Deal 1 damage to each opponent. We're going to gain 1 life. Draw to Windswept Teeth, and then Falcon Wrath Noble. That'll put us down to 1. Yeah, that's fine. Because then we can go for Tainted Strike off the Sprout Swarm. Yeah, I like that. All right, we're going to go put that on top of the library. It's going to put us down to 1. 4 converted mana cost. And then we'd actually get a little bit of extra life total on that one. Let's go and get Swamp down. Get the Forest down. And then we'll go ahead and go for simply getting down Falcon Wrath Noble. Yeah, I think I like that. No, we need to make sure that we get another sapling on the battlefield first. All right, we don't necessarily need to go for that. Let's go ahead and cast it with buyback. That's going to be 8, 9, yeah, 1, 2. Then tap out for 1 more. Get that back, get that sapling onto the battlefield. Let's go and shift Lightning Greaves over onto one of the sapling tokens. Let's go and go for Tainted Strike on Slimefoot. Our opponent is tapped out, so we're going to be able to go for this one. All right, there we go. Shift the Lightning Greaves back over to Slimefoot. And we're going to start sacrificing some of our creatures. All right, there we go. There should be a win on this one. There we go. Did 1 damage. That will be 1 infect damage now. And then we've got 9 more saplings on the battlefield. So I'm going to go and speed this up if we have to go through it. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on this one, but we deal that 1 damage. It's going to be 1 infect damage. And then we've got 9 more saplings on the battlefield to sacrifice and go from there. You can see how we got it down all the way down to the bottom. But had we got something out in like Falcon Red Noble or Blood Artist earlier in the game, that would have given us a little bit of protection in this particular deck. But that one turn where we ripped into 2 straight lands, that's definitely... great to see the cost on that one. Some Dark Confidant right there. All right, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.